Good evening, students. Today our topic is direct variation and inverse variation. When two physical quantities change in the same way, that means if one physical quantity increases, the other physical quantity will also increase. If one physical quantity decreases, the other physical quantity will also decrease. Then that type of change is known as direct variation. And if one physical quantity increases and the other physical quantity decreases, that means if two physical quantities change in the opposite direction, then that type of change is known as inverse variation. So let's take one sum. We'll understand what is direct variation and what is inverse variation. A car covers 432 kilometers in 36 liters of petrol. How much distance would it cover in 25 liters of petrol? So how much distance will be covered by this much petrol? So this is unknown. Let the required distance, that distance, unknown distance, be x kilometer. Now we have here two physical quantities. Quantity of petrol, unit must be placed here in liters, distance in kilometers. So in the first line we're going to write the known things, 36, and for 36 liters of petrol it will go, or it will cover 432 kilometers. But in the next line the unknown thing will come for 25 liters, so 25 will come. How much distance will be covered? That is unknown, that is x. Okay, in this way you are going to arrange the data. Now here quantity of petrol is decreasing, 36 to 25. Now if a car with 36 kilometers of petrol can cover 432 kilometers of distance, then if that same car has 25 liters of petrol, it will cover with 25 liters of petrol less amount of distance, so it is decreasing. This is also decreasing, 36 to 25. So both of the physical quantities are decreasing, so it's a case of direct variation. So clearly when this is decreasing, we will use this word less. Less is the quantity of petrol, less, it is also decreasing, is the distance covered. Then we will find multiplying ratio. When it's a direct variation, then its reciprocal, 25 by 36. The multiplying ratio will come from this physical quantity, not this physical quantity which contains x. 25 by 36 will be the multiplying ratio, reciprocal of it. So multiplying ratio is equal to 25 by 36. So x is equal to this into multiplying ratio. What is above x? So x is equal to 432 into multiplying ratio, this one. So x is equal to 300. So required distance is 300 kilometers. Let's take another sum. If 8 men can do a job in 5 days, how much time would 10 men take to do the same job? So how much time? This is unknown for 10 men. So let the time required by 10 men be t days. T is the variable in place of x. You can use x. So number of men is one variable, time is another variable in days. Unit must be placed. In the first line, 8 men take 5 days. I have written in the first line. And 10 men would take t days. Unknown time. So it's there in the second line. So when 8 men can do the job in 5 days, if I increase the number of men, 10 men will be able to solve, or will be able to complete that same amount of work in less amount of time, more men. So it is increasing. Clearly more is the men, increase, so more. Less, it is decreasing, less is the time required. Now, so it's a case of inverse variation, because it is increasing, it is decreasing, opposite type of change. And in case of inverse variation, multiplying ratio will be not reciprocal, 8 by 10, directly it will come. So multiplying ratio 8 by 10. So t is equal to 5 into that multiplying ratio. T is equal to 5 into 8 by 10, which implies t is equal to 4. So required time 4 days, and so let's take another sim. It's a tough one. A camp had enough food to last 50 days for 2200 soldiers. After 17 days, some more soldiers joined the camp and the remaining food lasted for 20 days. Find the number of soldiers who joined the camp. Now, for 17 days, first 17 days, how many soldiers ate the food? 2200 soldiers. So those 17 days are gone. So I've written after 17 days. Now after 17 days, before any new soldier came in, how many soldiers were there? 2200 soldiers. So for 2200 soldiers, if really no new soldiers had come, then for these many soldiers, food would have lasted for how many days? 50 minus 70, which is equal to 33 days. But it did not really happen because new soldiers came in. So let the number of new soldiers who joined the camp later be X. So now 20 days, for 20 days the food lasted for how many soldiers? New number of soldiers or total number of soldiers now. So for 20 days food will be enough for 2200 plus this X. This is the total number of soldiers now after the new soldiers joined. So now let us arrange them. Number of days is one physical quantity, number of soldiers is another physical quantity. So first, after 17 days we'll start. 33 or the number of days, number of soldiers before the new soldiers came in, 2200. After the new soldiers came in, number of days will become 20 days. That means after 17 days, 20 days. But the number of soldiers is this much. So this is increasing, but it is clearly increasing. It is decreasing. So less number of days, more number of soldiers. So it's a inverse variation. It's a case of inverse variation. Multiplying ratio will be directly this one, 33 by 20. No reciprocal because it's inverse variation. So which is X part? This is X. So this X part will be written as this is equal to what is above this? 2200. So 2200 into multiplying ratio. So it will give us this much. So X is equal to this. So 1430 soldiers joined the camp. Let's take another sum. 20 men working 8 hours a day do a job in 63 days. How long would 45 men take to finish the job working 7 hours a day? So what is unknown? How long would, that means how many days. Let the required number of days is equal to X. Three physical quantities we have here: number of men, number of hours per day, and number of days. So number of men, first line, all known things will come. 25 men would take 8 hours a day to complete the job in 63 days. 45 men would take 7 hours a day to complete the job for an unknown number of days, X days. So this is the second line, which has unknown value for this physical quantity. So now first we'll compare with this each of these columns. The column that has unknown value or X variable will be compared with each of these known columns. So first we're going to cover this one and we'll consider these two as 1 hour. So now 25 men work for 1 hour a day and will take 63 days to complete a job. But 45 men, more men, take 1 hour a day, would complete the job in less amount of days. So this is increasing, but this is decreasing. So it's a case of inverse variation, and multiplying ratio will come from here. Inverse means 25 by 45. So more is the number of men, less is the number of days. It's a case of inverse variation. Multiplying ratio 45 by 25 by 45. Then number of men, this one will be covered. 1 man, I'll consider this as 1 man, and this 45 will be considered as 1 man. 1 1. This 2 will be considered as 1 1. cover it. One man takes 8 hours a day and complete the job in 63 days. One man here take 7 hours a day and complete the job in more number of days, because number of hours is less per day, so that man would need more number of days. So this is decreasing, but this is increasing. Again, inverse variation between these two. So less is the number of hours, more is the number of days. Okay, so it's a case of inverse variation. Multiplying ratio 8 by 7 directly, no reciprocal here because it's inverse variation. So x is equal to 63. What is above x? Into two multiplying ratios, 25 by 45 into 8 by 7. So after calculation we get x is equal to 40. So required number of days, 40 days. Now let's take another sum. If 3 men or 4 women can earn rupees 180 in a day, how much will 8 men and 12 women earn in a day? So in a day and in a day, this time will not be considered as a physical quantity because they are equal. 4 men, sorry, 4 women or 3 men, so their capacities is equal. I've written the capacity of 4 women is equal to the capacity of 3 women. In short, we write this way. So 1 woman is equal to 3 by 4, unitary method. 12 women is equal to 3 by 4 into 12, which is equal to 9 men. So 8 men and means plus 12 women. 8 men plus 12 women. 8 men will be as it is. In place of 12 women, I'll place 9 men. So 8 plus 9, 17 men. So I have converted men and women, these capacities, into one type of capacity only, men's capacity. Now I can solve the sum. So the income of this many laborers or 17 men can be considered as x like this. So number of men is one physical quantity, number in income is another physical quantity in rupees. First 3 men earn this much money in a day. 17 men earn x rupees x in a day. So if in one day 3 men can earn this much, 17 men in one day will earn more. So it is increasing. It is also increasing. So it's a case of direct variation. More is the number of men, more is the income. It's okay. So multiplying ratio will be reciprocal of this direct variation, 17 by 3. 17 by 3. So x is equal to, what is above x? 180. 180 into multiplying ratio. So x is equal to 1020. So this is the income of 8 men and 12 women in a day. This sum is your homework. If the wages of 4 men for 30 days amount to rupees 3900, find the wages of 20 men for 40 days.